Say good morning. Look at that butt. Look at that butt. Yep. Morning, folks. All right. January 19th, 24. It's Friday. And start off at 10 degrees. So we lost some water again in some of the rooms. Like the bathroom lost the hot water. I've got the tub running a little bit. You know, I got what I could trickling on part of the house. I think after lunch, as I want to save we're going to put the insulation today, for sure. Maybe, we'll see. But you know what? Hey, wherever there's a delay, there's always something that you can see something else gets done, and yeah, and it's hard to get everything done fast for one, if you don't have the motivation, and two, it's cold. And three, you're constantly moving stuff in and out, rearranging things, and trying to make it happen. And also, I'm not as limbo, or I can't just run around. You guys have probably seen me climb the ladder, and I do one step at a time with one leg because I can't step up with my left leg now because my hip hurts because it needs to be replaced. You okay? Are you okay? I'm trying to get the cord. Oh, you big boy, you. So, I was looking at that we can get some of this stuff organized a little bit. And I might even possibly, we'll see, get started on making my little bathroom sink for over here, which is self-contained. It's gonna be one of those battery faucets, that you push on and off. It's a little tiny thing. I'm still looking for a sink or something I can drain into, but basically it's gonna be two of these jugs inside of a cabinet for now. I do have a plug right here for, let me turn on the light. That helps. That's for one of those little instant hot water heaters under the sink. This plug here is for when I get one of those I think it's called SureFlow. They're the toilets that pump upstairs from basements and stuff. Out of a 3/4 inch PVC pipe. So I have my stand-up indoor bucket and my sit-down indoor bucket. I was gonna check it out. Hey, get out of there. Anyways, so maybe we can start on that. Get that going. Get it figured out. Turn off the light. Just make something simple. I'll latch it. That's all I lock it. Someday, that'll have water flowing through. The water will come, I'll add not a soffit, but I'm going brain dead here, an enclosed area here, so I can bring down the water down inside of here, and then inside for the sink. So I'll just box something in there, make it match some way or another. Not worried about that idea yet because that little camping style off-grid, battery type of faucet and transfer from one jug to another will work fine for a long time. Heck, I've been taking a shower out of one of those blue jugs for over a year. I've been washing my hands from a 5-gallon bucket with a spigot on it for a year and a half in that one room because the water line busted underneath the driveway. So when I finally get to all that, inconveniences, but if you're willing, which some people aren't, like my wife, she doesn't like being inconvenienced at all, but if you're willing to deal with it, you can get by, and it only strengthens you too when you learn how to get by, because if stuff hits the fan, you won't crumble as much. It'll still be tough, but if you're set up with your generators, I got my Champion tri-fuel there, runs off of propane, natural gas, and regular gas, which you'll put the high performance gas in, 91, 93, whatever you can find. I always put in my small engines the highest grade. Then I have my Generac 3000 and EU 3000 IS. I have that one there. And then I have a, I don't know if it's a Honda or a Coleman. This one I've had for a long time. That's right there, right here. Carburetor's shot on that one. But if I turn that one into a propane, natural gas, or off-grid, like the gasifier type setup, I can use that unit, and that's what I'm kind of waiting for. For those guys out there that don't know what a gasifier is, pull it up. It's pretty cool. I'll show pictures of it, you know. They're really cool. They, way back in the early 1900s, Russia came up with this idea where they would take the gases, the off gases from burning wood, and after you cooled it in the chambers and filtered it and all that other stuff to get all the tar and gunk out of it so it didn't mess up the motors, they found out you can get this thing to run. And it works with, I believe, diesel as well. I know I've seen it work with gasoline type, petrol. But anyways, the gasifiers are really cool. And there's a book out there. I've got it on Amazon. Not me, but I've got it on my Amazon cart to order it. I watched the guy who put it together. And you can also get it off the FEMA website, which is really cool, you know. So I think that would be a great prepper situation. I mean, piece of equipment to have, especially if you're living off-grid and you do everything with firewood, because that's what this thing does. They have it set up to where it can run off of pellets, coal, small wood pieces. Basically, it's just chunks, just little chunks. It's not big logs and all that, because it has to fall through like pellets do. You know, I think the pellet one works the best, because from what I remember, there's a little shaker, a little arm on it. It's hooked up to a 12-volt battery, which they have a charger on it, you know. But if you put solar panel with the charging control and all that stuff to run it and put a few batteries, you know, the off-grid style thing or camping style thing nowadays, you can have that a complete gasifier isolated unit that would provide this kind of like natural gas almost, you know, kind of like using those bio bags where it turns into the gases, and once you go through a process, I'm not sure how that works yet. I'd like to get into that as well. You can use that to cook on and stuff. I don't know if it's enough gas to run a generator or run even maybe a forced air unit, but to have it cook, you know, for cooking on a burner, like an old barbecue or something like that, you know, or even an old gas stove or an oven that's no longer really good. You kind of, you know, just use what you can off of it, you know, outdoor type thing, who knows. But yeah, there's a lot of things out there that you can use to help with in case stuff hits the fan. Alrighty, well, my wife got the notification on her phone that the main line, District 5 here, is shut down, and well, they shut us down. So I went back through, and after filling up all the pots, my wife went out and bought these little buckets, which is perfect. I don't know what the size of it, 2.5 gallon, for $1.79 someplace. She can tell you later on. I can put it down below, but you know, we got all this water here set up. And on the day I'm going to be doing installation, I talk about the jugs that we have out in the garage a lot. They're right here, and some of them do leak. You see that right here. But you know, these are all set up for animal. These are set up for the animals. You can fill that one up too. That one's empty. So we got these two that are empty, but that's no big deal. We got plenty. You see how deep they go, 4 deep. Probably should make like a metal drain pan and let it drain into like a 5-gallon bucket in case these things leak, you know. That way it doesn't ruin the wood. I thought about that because, you know, we go through milk. We don't really buy a whole lot of water in these jugs because we have the reverse osmosis and then a refrigerator filter and all that. And in case of an emergency, I've got my ceramic and charcoal filters with the bucket and all that stuff to make, you know, clean drinking water. This is our drinking water right here. This is set up aside. It's for, you know, our putting in the pots and stuff, washing our veggies and everything. This is all set up, you know, for our consumption of some sort. But now that we are shut down, they don't know how long it's going to be. My wife bought a whole bunch of those little tiny buckets. So I just went around and got one here. Hang on a second. And we go here. Got 2 milk jugs there, these 3 on the ground, and all these guys in here. So worst case scenario, you know, we could heat it up on the stove, you know, or if the gas goes out, I got propane. If that goes out, I have the induction plates, you know, electricity goes out, I got generators. All right, we're back at the shop here. Brought Harley with me. All set up. All right, so Matthew and I got this area here, mostly Matthew this time. Got it all cleaned up. That way I can get up there and start on the insulation. So, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna start on the insulation. But first things first, I gotta go do something. I'll be right back. Alrighty, that's about 14 minutes to do that part there. Yeah, it's not the prettiest, but hey, this is our 15 that we got for $10 a bag. I'm not going to complain. All right, guys, well, this is as far as we got. Hey, it's progress, you know. I'm just not feeling it, you know. The cold doesn't help, and it's like sometimes you think, oh, why don't you just hurry up and get it done and get it over with? Yeah, I do. I want to get it done and get it over with. I just don't really have the drive for it right now, you know. It's it's different when you have a job out there and you're getting paid or deadlines, but here it's like overwhelming because there's so much stuff that needs to be done, and some stuff that not as extreme, but still, you know, I mean, there's just so much on the list, you know, and after a while, you just kind of go, oh, man, you know, just want to, you know, be able to enjoy life, wake up, not have to worry about any work and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe just go out, take care of the chickens, come back in, take off for the day, go do something, you know. You know, I have a little bit of like that retirement feeling, but I don't know what that feels like, really. It's weird, like I said before, having to work in my own place all this time, you know, without a paycheck and stuff. And like I said before, you know, I'm going to have to get out there and get something going. Or hopefully the YouTube channel takes off. I don't know, you know. there are other things I do want to do other than this. You know, there are people out there that need help. And once I get myself situated, then here to where my wife is comfortable and I'm not feeling stressed out, I would like to be able to get out there and, you know, see what I can do. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. You know, I know some of you guys are going, dude, you know, you should get this done, get that done, blah, blah, blah. But when you're kind of like in burnout mode or just not feeling it, it's kind of hard to stay in a good rhythm, especially when your body hurts, you know. And just looking at the never-ending gobstopper, you know, Willy Wonka, just every once in a while, it's just not fun, you know. I mean, I do enjoy doing my own thing like this and seeing the progress. I always like seeing the progress. Problem is, there's so many small and medium-sized loose ends. It doesn't feel like there's progress, you know. It doesn't feel like it's getting done. And my wife feels the same way sometimes, you know. She gets a little frustrated as well. And I can understand it. It's just, we don't, you know, there's no sense of spending the money, letting somebody else do it, when we have the ability to take care of it ourselves. And just every once in a while, it just gets a little overwhelming for both of us. And it does put a little damper in our relationship a bit here and there. But other than that, once we focus and move on, you know, it does help her out a great deal going down and helping out over there at the closet. Gives her something to do, you know, instead of being stuck in the four walls during the wintertime. And, you know, you can only clean the house so many times, and then what, you know? You know, you get cabin fever. So it is nice that she's out there doing that. And people are benefiting from her help, you know, whether it's just putting away things or giving people guidance in certain areas, because that's what we did in California, you know, the same thing, helping the homeless and all that. Anyways, it all worked out, you know. I take Motrin 800s, and I was taking 3 a day, you know, one every 8 hours. And I've been backing off on that and just doing it at night. And the cold doesn't help with my joints and stuff, but my kidneys will thank me, you know. So during the day, the pain is there, so it kind of slows me down and makes it a little rougher for me, you know. Like my right foot today was hurting real bad on the ball, you know, the ball of it. I had to take my boot off and let the warmth of the fireplace here heat it up, because the cold, I don't get good circulation in that foot from the motorcycle accident I had in September of '93. And so when it gets cold, it hurts. It makes it very difficult to get stuff done. And then when your hips don't work out very well, as you guys can see me climbing those ladders, you know, it just, there's a lot of stuff that slows me down. And because it slows me down and the job doesn't get done as fast as I like, you know, I'm thinking, hey, I get that done in a day, and it turns out to be 3 days. It's like, it gets discouraging, you know. And it'll get done. You know, a lot of things are on my list. Just some of the stuff is just not at the top of the list, like my Uncle Danny says, you know. But we'll get it done. And appreciate you guys watching. You guys be blessed and well, and have a beautiful day. Talk to y'all later.